Hello. Hello, everyone. The audio stream. Can you guys hear me okay? YouTube control panel is yelling at me. Well. Oh, my gosh. We're back. We didn't stream on Sunday. Still kind of out of it. I've been in, if you must know, I've been in a retro computer frenzy. I know that doesn't make sense. Well, maybe it makes sense. It might not make sense to a lot of people. But it's fun. And yeah, so I think we're not going to talk about that. Well, maybe we can sprinkle it in later. But okay, good, cool. Hey, Belmont, how's it going? So I got some stuff from Zaxour. I got he gave me two Turbonanzas. One is an updated, and I'll show you what that means. An updated package for the CoreGrafx. So I'm unsure if we're gonna finish that, and I'll let you know why later on, because it's sort of undocumented. This it's what they call or what Zaxour calls a top installation. And I'll tell you why I want to do it and what that involves. But he also gave me some stuff for the Duo RS? I don't know. I have the white one that has the disk drive and the Hue card slot combo. So I have a whole bunch of stuff for that. So I guess we can start doing that. I don't think it's going to take super long. I mean, there's some things I don't know yet. So I'm going to actually, before I even do anything, I'm going to start this laptop. So I don't know why. I can't remember what I was doing. Maybe playing World of Warcraft, something. And that just reminded me of an old computer I had. I don't know. And so I found Phil's computer lab on YouTube. I'm just going to log in to this computer. Phil's computer lab on YouTube. He has a whole bunch of videos, a lot of videos about not just DOS, but like retro Windows and retro computing, I guess. And I don't know, I never really talk about it because most of my YouTube-ness has been dedicated to modding. I know you guys are behind me, but I'm just pulling the comments up before I switch over. And so I thought for the longest... Okay, no, chill out. For the longest time, I kind of have given up on DOS gaming, like on a modern computer. I never had really great experience with DOSBox. It's always frustrating. I found DOSBox Core, which was kind of interesting, but also I kind of almost immediately ran into problems with certain things. So what am I doing? Going to my channel. So I guess I just wanted to get back. I wanted a taste of retro computing, and I didn't have any retro computers. Unfortunately, my family, basically all the computers I've had other than the one computer before this computer is my Unraid box downstairs, which is a Haswell i5, so it's a quad core. But everything older than that is gone, recycled. Unfortunate, because I would have killed somebody to have. I had a Core 2 Duo system. That was my XP. Actually, no. I've had two XP machines. One was an Athlon. A friend of the family was into building his own computers and built me my computer before I knew how to build a computer. So that was an Athlon, I think. Then later on, I was able to save up money. Actually, interesting story. Somebody rear-ended me, and I fixed my car. He didn't want to go through insurance, so he paid me out of pocket to fix my car, and then I never ended up fixing my car, and I used that money to buy a computer. So that was a sweet computer. Anyways, but that's gone. It's just don't have it anymore. Even though that, that's not. So if you know anything about DOS, depending on the era of the game, it could be like maybe CPU sensitive to speed, like it might run too fast on too new of hardware, or it might just not run at all. Might be hardware dependent. So trying to dip back into it, but it's like it's actually, I wouldn't say it's bigger than retro modding, because I don't really know how much modding actually happens. It's just kind of like using Windows and DOS, like relearning how to use. It's kind of interesting because you have to find new ways to do certain things, because like I'm not buying floppy disks, right? I'm not doing that. So there's floppy disk emulators and stuff. So very interesting. I don't know. Did you say something else? Classic modern gaming? Oh, you did. Looks at that profile pic. Screw you, Richter. I'm the real Bellman. Oh, nice. I don't know. Your comment didn't make its way to the chat over here, but it's in the side here. So I don't know what's happening. YouTube is just being cray. So I would like to. I don't know how much time I'm going to dedicate to DOS stuff in the future, but I would like to, because I think that it's interesting to me. It probably is more nostalgic to me, because I had a DOS PC that played DOS games. Like I played Doom, I played Full Throttle, like all these DOS games. About the same time I had a Super Nintendo. So I have big nostalgia for Super Nintendo, and I have an equal amount for my family's first computer. And DOS, I guess it was just easier to shrug off and forget about DOS and like forget about all those games. And plus, there's games I didn't even play. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can have a few computers. It's fun to figure it out. So I'll go back into that another time. I'll start from the beginning. I don't know, like, is anyone in the chat familiar with Windows or like retro PC, DOS, Windows 95, 98 gaming stuff? Because that's, it excites me, and I think, it excites me in the same way that modding excited me. So, okay. So let's go over there, and I'll explain kind of what we're doing. Like I said, this particular console doing it this method is undocumented, so there's some things I don't know. So we might not be able to boot the system after I've done this stuff. So. And also, Zaxour said he wouldn't be able to make it. So, unless somebody else, maybe Leon or something, can walk. Does anybody know? Maybe that's what I'll do. Actually, let's get to that point where I'll need somebody, and then I'll tweet and see if anybody's around to help us. So let me go to the bench. Oh, I guess I'll give you a sneak peek of a PC I'm building. I still have parts coming in. Ugh. This is it's hard finding like retro PC cases that are not a bazillion dollars. Like all the ones that are good are going on eBay for like a lot of money, $100 plus shipping. So this is a unbadged. It looks like a Dell system just by the front. I don't know. It's an unbadged Dell, but it's just a normal ATX system. So this is this is a socket 754. Which is this is an Athlon processor in here, but it's still a single core. And because of that, and you can like limit stuff in the BIOS, and then you can limit the multiplier, you can make this CPU run slower. So that should help us with DOS and retro gaming stuff. And I have a cool sound card and just all this cool stuff. So I'm still waiting on some parts. So yeah. All right, let's hop over to Le Bench. It's a kind of a mess because I was I don't know if you guys know me. Well, some of you might know me by now. I kind of go through weird fits of what I'm interested in, and it just takes over, and it might take over my whole desk, and I just get messy and stuff. So this is kind of how it was the last time PCI thing. This is kind of how it was the last time we were over here. Just stuff piled up. Sorry, I'm not chatty. No, it's all right. I'm almost done with all the resistors and caps on this Open Tendo. Nice. I don't know why you're doing that, but hey, I applaud it. Okay, so let me tell you why we're going to do it a different method. We're going to have to basically take everything apart that we did last time. Thankfully, obviously we don't have to put the original port back or everything, so that still is fine. But last time, where we ended it, well, for whatever reason, this the original Turbonanza kit that I got from Zaxour didn't. One of the colors, I think blue, was not working. So it worked. It booted. I mean, we were getting two of the colors, but we weren't getting blue to work. So I tried reflowing the pins on the flat flex cables, both here and on the main mod, and it didn't fix it. Actually, it made it worse. So I don't know. That might have been my soldering, but that's problem one, I guess. So that's why he sent me a whole new kit. Problem two is, even if we continue down that path, we would have had to modify this shell. I have a CoreGrafx I that has these little, I don't know, I guess they're kind of like spring-loaded things, and they make contact with the CD attachment to help ground it. And not every revision of the CoreGrafx has those, but we would have had to, I mean, I'm not against cutting stuff inside if it's not visible from the outside. So we would have had to cut the shield part, but we would have also had to cut flush. I really don't want to take this apart, but there's some, like, I don't know what they're called, like bosses. I don't know, some kind of boss, like, oh, you can kind of see it at this angle. There's these bumps here, here, and here, and here. Basically everywhere there's a thing, everywhere there's a metal, sorry, this is not the best, everywhere there's a thing there, I would have had to snip that off. So that basically would make it so that I would never be able to put these things back in. So instead of buying a new case, a new like PC Engine Retro Gamer Store case or something, and that basically the reason we have to cut here is because the main board, because obviously that doesn't get in the way of a normal CoreGrafx, is because of where the main Turbonanza board installs on the bottom. It basically rubs right up against that, so that's the reason we can't do it this way. Well, I mean, like I said, you can if you want to cut the shell, but we're not doing that. So what does that mean? That means I need to disconnect everything. We're not going to have to put back anything that we took off last time, because I guess it gets bypassed with this method, the quote unquote top side method. So this is the bottom side, what you're looking at here, and if I flipped it over here, this is the top side. So we have the first thing that we have is there is a. This is why I said this is an updated kit, because it is this part here that solders onto the DIN 10. So this is the Sega Saturn DIN 10. It's kind of like a triple bypass where you remove the original DIN and you replace it with a different DIN that gives you more options. And we soldered on this board here, but and we also, so actually before I show you that, I have this now, which is like a brace thing that is going to make the DIN more solid in there. But that also raises it up, which might cause this other board to hit the top of the shell up here. So this Zaxour has this thing specifically for, I mean, I guess this could probably work with every revision, but it's kind of specific to the CoreGrafx PC Engine. So it puts the stuff on the side here instead of sticking out here. It sticks out here. Yeah, so we're gonna have to remove this DIN. We're gonna have to first remove this board, then remove the DIN, then remove the mod, and then we can start again. And then the other thing, there is this. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Oh, shit, did I lose it? Looking for a little flex cable thing. Where did I put it? That really sucks if I lost it. Looking everywhere. Under the controller. That's annoying. It's not in here, yeah. No. I don't know where that thing went. I hope I didn't throw it out. That would not be great. Looking under everything. Really? Dropping everything? Well, if I can't find this, then I'm kind of screwed because I need that piece. Gosh. Wow, this is just a fail stream, I guess. Did it fall on the ground or something? Hope it didn't throw it in the garbage. Well, anyways, it's a flex cable that pulls the same signals that we were getting, some of the same signals, the RGB signals. Instead of pulling them from the extension port in the back here, it actually pulls them directly from this chip on the top side. So it's a flex cable, little tiny thing, which now is just gone. Great. Oh man, that sucks. Well, you know what? I'm gonna continue down the path of, actually, you know what? Let me check in the top of my garbage. Don't want it to be here, but it might be here. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard about the saga that got me 4,000 likes on Twitter. Somebody sent me a CPU from eBay, and ew, that's not it. Someone sent me a CPU from eBay in the mail, and they didn't put it in anything hard plastic. They just put it in just like a envelope, basically. So they just stuck it. I mean, it was in multiple envelopes, but no padded mailer, no hard plastic shell or anything around it. And so when it came to my house, it was all mangled. Like at least a dozen, maybe more maybe 24 pins were all bent. So that post of the CPU I got, it was a $10 CPU, which is, you know, this sucks, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish, but I mean we can do a little bit. But I'm looking like all over my room for this thing. I was taking photos and showing Zaxour because I was confused about some parts, and then just all of a sudden, now it's just gone. Anyway, so I was able to fix the pins on the CPU using I actually have a clean one of these little liquid bottles, and it's sort of like a super blunt needle. I mean, it's not even the same. It's thicker, way thicker than a needle diameter, but it's a nice diameter for pins, like CPU pins, older ones. And so I straightened everything, put it in. I just happened to have the socket motherboard because I bought the wrong CPU. That was for the wrong socket, and it worked. It boots up. So crazy antics. I don't know, man. I give up. This day kind of is not great. All right, let's just continue, I guess. Oh well. All right, so we still need to do a lot of work. Anyways, we need to remove all this stuff. So let's do that. I guess I'll use the desoldering gun on that stuff. Sorry, Zaxour, he's gonna have to send me some more, 2 more of those hue flexes. They're called. Are they called hue flex? Something like that. Little buggers. All right, so let's do this. Kind of bending the pins a little bit, but I think that's all right. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll see. Ooh, that kind of works. Hey, look at that. Nice. Now I could switch over to the big... Well, I could do this too, so I don't have to do that. CoreGrafx II has them, but they are all in one piece. All one piece. Oh, Emmett. Maybe, well, how much do you know about the CoreGrafx? Because later on I might need your help. Actually, never mind, because I don't have the... I misplaced one of the important parts of what I'm doing. Which kind of sucks, but... Okay. All right, so that's... I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. That's the old style one. So now I'm even going to remove this because I've got the little adapter guy now. So I don't think there's really that much solder connecting this, connecting the Saturn DIN, and I need to recycle the Saturn DIN because he didn't send me one. But I should be able to just get it off with solder braid. Oh, speaking of which, well, actually no, it has nothing to do with it really. I heard back from Mike Chi, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be willing to send me a... Hi, Mike, if you're watching. I don't know if he's going to be able to send me a free RetroTink 5X, which is fine. But he said he might have some more, I'm assuming the retail ones, because by then, he said a week and a half they would have more. So I'm going to guess that that's retail versions. But he said he would sell me one early, and he would pay for my shipping. So at least the question is answered about whether or not I'm going to get a free one. I guess I'm not, which is fine. And then I might have one in a couple weeks to use. Although I think that's kind of when they go on sale. So I don't know how early I'm going to actually have one, but, you know, it's nice. I just want to use it. And I really wanted to use it for the retro computer stuff because I was using, most retro computer things are VGA, and I was using the, what is it? The GBSC, because that has just a standard VGA input. So I was using that to boot some retro computer stuff. So that would be cool. I wanted to be able to test it because one of the cool things about retro computers is that there's such a diverse, there's a lot of just diversity in the resolution, input resolution, you know, all the way from I don't know what, like 800 by 600 all the way up to bigger ones. So in a bit, just take a break and look for it. Yeah. I'll sit at the not cool kids table with you. Yeah, you mean not getting a free RetroTink? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it would have been nice, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so I think now that this just goes on top. I don't necessarily need the Captain tape anymore, but it's already there, so I'm just going to leave it. I don't know. Does it get... So it gets soldered like this, so it gets soldered onto the spots that we scraped. So remember last time we scraped these two bits of solder mask off of the board. I'm just going to look at the instructions but it looks like there's a third one in the middle. So this one and that one go to the two I just scratched. And then this third one here looks like it might get soldered onto these pins here, but is that like a ground pin or something? So I'm just going to look that up on the instructions. I've been playing Tomb Raider Legend. Is it called Legend? Tomb Raider Legend? Something like that. It's I think it came out in 2007 or 2008. I never played that era of Tomb Raider. I played the original and I played the new ones, all three of the new ones. So I like Tomb Raider, and I don't remember ever playing there's a couple, Legend and then Origin or something like that. Okay, Turbonanza. I'm just looking at the installation instructions. right, getting there, getting there. Okay, yeah, so the middle, it does get soldered to that. Excuse me. Okay, cool. So let's solder this in. Excuse me. Jeez, I got hiccups. Try to make it as straight as possible. I don't know, it's gonna be kind of hard, but. And let's not solder my finger. It'll be kind of difficult. Maybe I can do, oh, are these not? Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. Actually, maybe with the Captain tape, it's too high now. Or maybe I need to take more, maybe I need to go over these, because it's not sitting flush. So let me try to take all of the solder off these pins here. Okay. And then this. This Goot wick is pretty good, actually. I like it a lot. Beats the pants off the old stuff I used. Okay, so that seems a little flatter. I'm just gonna line it up better. That's lined up pretty good, right? Yeah. I'll look from the top. Maybe a little crooked. Okay. Oh. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, so now I gotta just attach it to the other points that I made. Here. And here. I'm gonna try to get some more solder in here. Okay. I think that's good. It doesn't need to be like filled. Never mind, just caught up. Desoldering the mini DIN housing is going to be difficult without chip quick. What do you mean? I didn't solder underneath it. When I did my triple bypass, I tried to solder kind of like I tried to flow the solder under the DIN, but I didn't get really any. I must have got a little bit. You can't really tell, but yeah. But so this will let me go all the way around it. So, all right, so now it's just a matter of, why is there this? Ouch, that's hot. Hey, don't do that. I don't know. So we need to get this kind of lined up. On both sides. So this little adapter thing allows us to kind of get more solder. I know, again, I said this last time, this is not necessarily like, it's kind of like welding, but I mean, it's misusing solder. but it'll be fine. Okay, so I think I got one side pretty good. Now I just want to do this side. And then I'm going to get the back. Okay. I think I'm cool with that. It just makes it a little bit more sturdy, I guess. It doesn't... I don't know. Not sure. I didn't think it was going to go out. I can't really touch this because it's hot, but I didn't really think it was going to fly off before, but... okay, now is when we need to do this thing. The only problem is then you can't really see... I guess you can still see the flex underneath. The flex cable is, the connector is now underneath. So, don't know. I guess I'll kind of pull it out here. Pull the connector out a little bit. I don't know. Thought you had soldered all the way around before. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is fine, right? Or maybe we should revisit this because we should talk about the next part. Just trying to look for that stupid thing again. I can't believe I lost that. That's so dumb. Did I put it in here, maybe? Maybe it somehow ended up underneath the shield. Well, here's a look at those things. They're like spring loaded. No, I didn't leave it under here. So those would have gone flying. Those can go flying, I guess, if you're not careful. Well, all right. Let's tackle the other side, and by that I mean untackle the other side because I've got to just basically undo everything that I've done. So let's take the flex off. Won't need it right now. Let's desolder. Let's desolder these wires. This was to bring S-Video and this burst line. So we're not going to need that from here. This is an this is an undocumented way of doing this on CoreGrafx's. And we're also not going to need to put these back. The capacitors, Zaxour said that they're bypassed. They'll be bypassed. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Okay. And we need to, we need to desolder the whole mod from the pins there. Finally done with the caps and resistors. Yay. Nice. I'm just dumb. I'm dumb. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to work with just a desoldering iron, but I'm going to try to desolder these pins. My soldering iron is on fire. My desoldering iron, I mean. Do those look good? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so that's that half. This worked better than I thought it was gonna work. I was not expecting this to work well with these little pins. Or, you know what I'm trying to say. It's not, I guess it's a via, but it's kind of smashed on top of other stuff. Okay, so I think I have this one left. Okay. Can I just like wiggle it? Wiggle it. Wiggle with it. It looks like these two here are still stuck. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is fine. This is not the greatest way to remove this, probably. I lost the inside. Nothing is wrong. Hold on. Let me try to get this little stupid piece off. I lost one of the vias inside of this, but I'm not going to use this because, well, Zaxour sent me a new one, and I think the flex cable is soldered better. So that's the old one. That's going to go in the do not use pile. But I might have taken some of the solder off of these pins underneath, so I'm going to resolder those. Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff happening nowadays with Mars and stuff. We got Mike Chi helping him out. That's pretty cool. Yeah, excited about Mars. Don't know if I'm going to be able to afford one, but it's cool to talk about. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so now that's pretty much it. Now we're back to stock. Kind of. I mean, we've removed some components. So, but we need to, now's the point where we needed that little flex cable. Let me just have another little look around. Bypasserated, nice. That's funny. Maybe if I put some things away, like clean up after myself, I'll just magically find it. Not in here. I don't know. Don't see it still. Looking around on the floor like an idiot. No, it didn't magically fall in the crack under my desk. Didn't fall into the boxes. Oh my gosh! I found it! It was on the floor. That is funny. If you can afford RetroTink 4K, then Mars is a shoe-in. Expected to be around the same price. Yes, probably. Both are compelling. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I kind of, I like the versatility of being able to, well, I mean, they're not really the same product, but yeah, being able to just upscale anything in my room, basically, is nice. Just old computers or things, and oh, I can order. It looks like Ben has the Game Boy Color game cartridges that I want to make reproductions. So I got to look at that afterward. Okay, so I found it. So this thing is called the HuFlex, and it goes around that chip, the HUC6260. And so there's a little the inside is to go around the pins of the chip. It's larger diameter than like any of the retro gem or anything. I think this is a bigger wider pitch, so this shouldn't be that difficult, I hope. And then it just kind of breaks out on this side. I believe is the same thing that was on this. So that's what the things for S video and the burst. So that's these four. So we're gonna have to manually run a wire from these four down here to those four on the top side, and then we're gonna have to run another set of wires from the other side of the HuFlex. So there's like 6 things here. That's like RGB and sync, and that needs to get soldered directly to some of the pins here. So basically now this is a free floating chip, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Right, so this allows us to pull a lot of the video, or all the video signals, I guess, from this chip. And then we need to go find the audio, and there's another like enable thing. We have to run a wire from the HuCard slot, wire 1 on there. And then basically that means that this is just kind of, we can just put this in here, which I don't love. I wish there was a little, it's really tight here. I already tried. You can't really put it here, right? Or well, Zaxour wanted me to try to put it here, but it just doesn't, it won't fit in the gap on the CoreGrafx. It doesn't fit in here. Maybe you guys, if I tilted it like this. It doesn't even fit in that little gap. And I can't put it here on top of these chips. One, because I'm probably concerned with it creating some kind of video interference. I wouldn't want it on the video chip. But it won't work because when you close the case, that flex cable, this big cable here, it just won't work. There's not enough room. So that means basically all I'm left with is like this, somehow shoving it in there. It's just going to be kind of jank. I don't know. I wish there was a better solution, or maybe there could be. Maybe Zaxour can design a version that goes along the edge and then just screws directly on top, or solders directly on top of the DIN. But I don't know. Don't know. So I guess step 1 is to solder this. I guess you could maybe you could like put it up here or something, because you could put this like anywhere. I don't really think you can like put it up here. That's stupid. I don't know. That's an option, right? And then you just run the flex cable to the DIN. I use that on my Duo. The HuFlex, yeah. 4K is gonna be dope. Mars is too early for me to get excited. Yeah. Yep. I'm kind of excited. I want to revisit the Mr. 486 core. I've heard that it's not really great, but I don't have. Well, the computer that I'm building. Well, okay, I'll talk about that next time. But let's get this thing installed, the flex cable, I guess, at least. Then we can worry about how we're gonna do the rest of it after. So let me just look at the diagram. I think it goes in the, so like if you're looking at the chip from here with the writing, I think with the writing it goes on the right side, that HuFlex. Let me just look at the instructions. There are semi instructions on the Duo, but it looks like on the Duo there's a lot more. In the Duo and the Duo R and the RX, whatever, there's a lot more room to put that chip. Ooh, actually, you know what? I don't know where I'm gonna get. Ooh, that's right. I don't know where I'm gonna get the burst from. Oh, never mind. That's the Hue Flex does. Okay, sorry. I'm just kind of, there isn't pictures with that. Let me go to the shuttle one, maybe. Okay, the shuttle, PC Engine shuttle documentation has the Hue Flex. So if you look at the writing of the chip, the flex cable wraps around the right side of it. So like this. So I'm not really sure exactly how this lines up. Let's just put it back. I know this is kind of difficult for you guys to see. I think if we look at the corners here, you can see that the first pin on this right side lines up with this first pin on the Hue Flex. And then the first pin on the top side here lines up with the first pin there. I think that's how we're going to go with it. And then what? There's a gap of 3 pins? Not exactly sure where the gap is on the bottom. Yeah, okay, so in this picture, it looks like there's 3 and then a gap. All right, so let's start by just tacking down one of these things, and then we can move forward. Okay. So I'm trying to more or less line it up. Top side. Gosh, this is sort of hard. Well, I mean, we know that the bottom one needs to be 3 and the top one needs to be 1. So maybe that's how we should tack it down. So I'm adding a little bit of solder to my iron, and then add some liquid flux. And then I'm going to tack the bottom side down. I know, it doesn't look great right now, but we can come back and fix it after. All right, then I'm going to tack the top side down. Okay. Now I'm just going to look at everything and make sure everything lines up. Yeah. So it looks, this right side is fine now. So, all right, now it's just about soldering all those connections. Let me put this like that. I guess we could use, I'll turn the, turn my soldering iron down a little bit. I'm going to 320 Celsius. I guess we might as well use some good flux. Just a little bit of it. Just to make it a little easier. I just like how this stuff doesn't evaporate immediately. We could try to see if there's already enough solder here. It doesn't really look like it is. Let's see. Oops. I want some more solder on here. Yeah, this is pretty easy soldering compared to something like, I mean, you still have to be worried you don't bridge anything, but compared to something like the RetroGem, this is just a lot easier. I think I made a huge bridge there. So I'm not going to mess around with trying to use my soldering iron to get rid of it. I'm just going to use the wick. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's that. So let's do the bottom, I guess. I think I want to add a little more solder. The pin pitch is big enough where you could probably just do these one at a time instead of drag soldering, you know? Okay. That work? Yeah. Okay. Okay, then we can do the top. Okay, cool. So I made a bridge here. Oh, but I was able to get it with my iron. Okay. Okay, cool. Not amazing, but yeah, it'll work. So let's clean this off. I like to anchor corners, then work middle out with flexes like that. If I end up with slack, I can release reflowing corners. Yeah. Oh man, I hope I don't get sick this year. Well, I mean, it's probably gonna happen in Belmont, but okay. So now I don't really know where we're gonna put this. This over here just seems, I don't know. I guess I can have it just chilling here. Is that gonna run into this? Is that gonna interfere with this? Just maybe in the tiniest way possible. I'd have to solder the wires underneath here instead of running them on top, I think, just to save some space on top. So it'd have to be like that, something like that, which is kind of difficult. So let's see. We've got a bunch of wires that we can do. I guess I can reuse this. I could reuse this little wire for the down here, these wires. Let me just double check. Okay. Oh yeah, so these bottom four, I think that's burst, B, Y. Wait, what is it called? B, Y, R, Y, and Y1. Yeah, that's in the same order. So let's take. I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna pretty much put it. I don't need to like. Here's what I'm gonna do. Put this here. I'm not gonna decide 100% on where this is gonna land. Let's just get it up and running. Because there's still a lot of things that there's some pads that I don't know exactly where they're gonna come from. Now this is the problem. I don't 100% know which way. Okay, let's try this. I did say I was gonna clean it off, huh? Well, it doesn't matter because it's gonna get more solder flexy. So. Okay. Oh, I can turn my iron back up now. Back to 350. I don't think the cable clearance is an issue if you mount on the chips. I wouldn't get near the clock crystal. So that's here, right? This guy. So like this, really? It's just kind of awkward. Well, like I said, I think that our best bet is to just keep going forward with wiring because I still need to figure out one of the wires. So it's going to be kind of sus for a while, but then we'll figure it out. And again, we want to keep these the same length if possible. All these four wires. Okay, so this, actually, you know what? These are right in the way of the, unless I do this. It's still kind of janky. I don't know. It's fine, I guess, but okay, so then I can do like that. Just fold it over. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna cut this. I can always cut it again to make it even shorter. Okay, just gonna tin these. And then to these. Okay. And then we can kind of fold this over. Oops, let me separate these a little bit. Okay. Okay, this can go. Okay, last but not least. Okay, I think this red one was not good. All right, cool. Okay, so I think that's that one. Now I've got to do the other side, which is the RGB, and sync. Let's see, what is it? Maybe some copper tape to shield it. Smaller RGB amps from other vendors typically mount on top of the Hue card, so I assume it's okay. Got it. Or the Hue 626. We full send it. Yeah, we do. Okay, what I would like to do, I think, is have just some RGB wires kind of coming out this way underneath this other one, and then we're gonna install them from the bottom up through here. Yeah. Okay, so that's 6 wires. 6 wires, yeah. So that is ground. No, wait a minute. I don't know what there is on there. Just looking at the shuttle instructions here. So it looks like ground, RGB, sync, and 5 volts, or maybe composite video. I don't know. And then on the other side is all the audio stuff. So we're going to need to remove some caps later. Actually, maybe I should do that now. Well, because I'm going to have to do some investigatory work finding out where the audio. So all of the pins, I believe, are available on the Hue card here. The Hue, this chip, I think. Because Zaxour was saying it's they're on a pin, all the audio things that we need. So I don't know. Yeah, RGB SL RG. It's whatever's on the right side, I think. Oh yeah, it looks like ground and 5 volts. Yeah. ground and 5 volts. So the first 4 are RGB sync, and then ground and 5 volts. So let's get a 6-wire ribbon cable. Well, might as well use whatever this first thing I had here. Ugh, why is it all crusty? Yeah, whatever. So I need what, 6 wires? Is that 6? Oh, hey, it is. Okay. So I'm going to get an amount of wire, unknown amount of wire. Oh! Just stab your PC Engine. Okay. Okay, just let's get some solder on there. I know you guys can't see. Ugh, that's terrible. Oh well. I guess I should lower my iron temperature. But I think it'll be fine. They're a little long though, so I'll cut them short. And then separate them a little bit. Just adding more solder. Okay, now we can add some, or tin these pads. Okay. Right, now we have the job of soldering all this. Kind of lined up, actually. Huh. Okay, so now for these other ones, these are going to be difficult to line up. Or maybe not. Let's see. Kind of. I need thinner tweezers. Thinner tweezers, where are you? Okay, this will be better. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Huh? Did I miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? Well. Oops, I just scratched the board and I didn't mean to. Well, that was dumb. I only need 7 and I put 6, or 6 and I put 7 wires down. Okay. Okay, let me touch those up a little bit. Okay, cool. Not amazing, but they're in there. Oh, sorry, I know you guys are a little further back. Yeah, looks all right. Nice. That's what's your favorite Thanksgiving food, Belmont? Mine is, I don't know. I like the stereotypical turkey stuffing, mashed potatoes, and gravy. I like all that. Good stuff. All right, I'm just taking a minute. This has got to go where? This just looks like a monstrosity. So this whole thing is going to need to go under here somewhere. Like this. Okay, so what's I'm having to translate this. Green is P47, huh? If not using, oh, I see. It's relating to the pins on the thing itself, actually. This is the right thing, yeah. The 6260, yeah. Okay. Pumpkin pie. You'll eat an entire pie. That's funny. Okay. Well, I'm just going by the picture for this other install, and it looks like the far left color, which for me is blue, goes to blue. Wow, that's funny. Blue, then red, then green, then sync. Blue, then red, then green, then sync. And that's reversed here. Okay, so I want to like cut it maybe here. I don't know. This looks so jank. How is this all going to fit in here? Okay, so let's cut it here. And then I'm going to cut, I guess at this point, I don't love using my automatic stripper when I need to be precise, I suppose, with stripping. So in that case, I usually bust these out. And then I get my this. Now let's tin all those. Cool. Okay. Now we need to dissect where these go. Just got roped into buying pecan pie for work since someone else was bringing pumpkin. Oh, yeah, pecan pie is okay. Oh, Costco, I missed that part. Smoking a weed, you can just eat about just about anything. Costco's huge pumpkin pie is a steal for like $6, while the pecan is around 18 something. Yeah, well, nut harvesting, or yeah, growing nuts, it's bad for the environment. Yeah, that's nuts. Shut up. Okay, let's try to understand this. Never heard of the TurboGrafx before. Yeah, it's I honestly I hadn't really until I got into retro modding stuff, and really the only game I know. Actually, I know two games. I know Bonk or Bonk's Adventure, and there's an RPG. I don't remember the name of it. But there's some RPG I played a little bit. But other than that, I really know nothing about it other than what I've read online. Okay, so I'm holding my head upside down. The red one goes in the back. Okay, now green is in the front corner. So the first wire goes to this wire. There. It goes in that via. So that's how I'm going to handle this. Really? This is going to be like impossible to solder. Okay. Well. Fine. Okay, the next wire in the sequence. So first is blue, then is green. So green is red there, and it goes to the top corner. So green, sorry, it's the colors that I'm saying out loud are just unintelligible because I've got wire colors. I've got colors here. So what I'm doing basically, I'm referencing Zaxour's picture where he was doing this on a shuttle. So he's got the wire colors in order here, and they're connecting to the top side of the main Turbonanza board. I'm going from underneath, but it should be the same. So I'm matching up. Green goes to this top left here, but the schematic he's got is actually reversed. So the top left is actually the bottom right on that side. So that's blue, and then I'm green wire on his goes to the blue. What CPU is it built on? I believe this is a custom thing from Hudson, but I think it's on technical capabilities with like an NES. So it's 8-bit, I think. 8-bit architecture. Okay, so that means for me, the next wire goes to red, I think, which is the corner here. Ugh, this sucks. Okay. Okay, so the next wire is orange in his picture, which goes in between those two. So the next wire for me is yellow, and it goes in between. I believe that is for the, excuse me, red signal. Burning myself on a mod. I need some helping hands. Ugh, I don't like my wiring. My solder job, I mean. Oh, gosh. Okay, you know what? Getting grouchy. That sucks. Okay. Let's start over. I think what I should do is, instead of cutting them first, let's install them one at a time, and yeah, that'll look better. There are also a bunch of little tiny surface mount components here, and I don't want to mess them up. So gotta calm down. Let's take a water break. I think after I solder this set of wires, I'm taking a break, because this is kind of melting my brain. The same way I'm melting these wires. My roommate let his 4-year-old play Splatterhouse, and now every time he visits, he asks to play it again. Oh, it's a custom 6502. Like an NES, but built into a Hudson chip. Got it. 8-bit CPU with 16-bit graphics. Interesting. Okay, let's back up. So I want to start with this green one, because it gave me some sass. This is almost as bad as doing the NES RGB. It's not bad. It's just annoying. But it's as annoying as doing the multi-out in an NES RGB. By hand, if you did it before the the flex cable. I have to turn down my iron a lot too. I guess I'm just roaching this. Yeah. Okay, so green. Green for me was the top right corner. Here. You know what? Do I have a... I don't have helping hands, but that's not really going to help. Okay. Well, just going to be patient. Try it again. Yeah, I'm doing 320. Okay, well, I don't hate it. Okay, that was that one. Now blue is the bottom one. So let's cut it about there. Okay, that's a little better. Now we can do this middle one. So this is definitely more annoying than just doing it the normal way. So if, and by normal way I mean the with the main Turbonanza board soldered underneath the pin, the expansion pins, which is like the stock install. So just keep that in mind. I'm kind of nuts. I just didn't want to cut this case. Okay, I like that. Okay, so the next one is sync, which goes to the, just goes around the corner here. Like that. So let's cut it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's RGB and sync. Now the other two on here, I believe, are 5 volts and ground, which still go on the same side, but the color-coded blue here, which goes on the bottom, so that's 5 volts, and then the purple goes at the top, which is ground. I hope that's not backwards. So the next one is 5 volts, right? Yep. And that goes right next to sync. Okay, red is going in here. That is this. It says 5 volts / video, so this also could be composite video. Not really sure. And then this last one, I think, is ground. Come on. Oh my God, you know what? They're labeled underneath. I'm an idiot. The bottom... I've been trying to decipher them from the thing, but the bottom of this... of the board. Oh, this one got scratched. Jeez. That's right. Should be fine. The bottom of the board has the pinout. All right. That would have been good to know, but that's all right. Okay. Cool, so I'm not going to mess with that anymore. It does not look amazing, but this is kind of hard to hold it and solder at the same time. I don't love this install, but it's fine. So that's kind of, I think the wires might have to be eventually shortened, maybe. What's on the other? What goes on the other side? Nothing, I guess. Oh. Okay, so now I'm gonna be done for now tonight here, but the whole other side, these 6 or something connections on the other side, is for the audio, for left and right for the console, and then left and right from the CD input, and then there's some other kind of HUD, which it comes from a pin. I guess the CD write audio is a pin on the card slot. So we need to wire a pin to one of those from the card slot. Well, hopefully, Eric, it goes easier than my install. I'm not trying to bash the kit. It's just this install, which I did say it was not undocumented. So I don't know if it's not for the faint of heart. But I don't know. It's asking for trouble, I think. But because, yeah, this is just going to get squished in here, and then the case is going to kind of squish on it, and yeah, I might have to revisit that. But I just want to get the wiring done and see if it works, and then that'll be another time. So I wanted to talk about something else. I'm not done. I'm done modding. I just need to take a little break. But I got another thing, interesting thing. Semi-computer related, but I guess it's more in general. I used to have an old PC CRT. It's not super duper old. I got it in probably 2004. So I guess it's kind of old. But it was manufactured in 98. So it's not new. But it's a 17-inch CRT. And I've never done anything with the CRT as far as... Is this blurry? What? I've never done anything with the CRT. It is blurry. What the heck? Is autofocus off? I might have... hold on a second. That's going to bother me. No, autofocus is on. I don't know. I give up. So I tried using it with the computers, the new computers that I've been working on. And it was like intermittently kind of like flickering. Like every 15 to 30 seconds, it would just go like bzz, like a little bit. It didn't make any noise. It just like flickered. But then the image came back. And so I just kind of stopped using it right away. It needs to be serviced, I think. For anybody who doesn't know, well, I guess it sort of makes sense. Well, I mean, just caps go bad no matter what. But that is in the area they call the capacitor plague, which is like, even if you used good components, the good capacitors, the capacitors die and stuff. So I want to try to service my own CRT, is what I'm trying to say. So I've been researching. I've been watching a lot of retro tech. I actually bought... These are not the ones that he bought, but like these are ridiculous. I bought these rubber gloves, which I should return them because they don't do anything. So these are knockoffs of the ones that he had. So he had this thing. I didn't even put them on. I'm gonna return these things because I'm not gonna use. I don't know. So they're supposed to be like insulating. You know, they're like rubber, but this is like. Imagine now your hands are hot dogs, first of all. But for one thing, so it makes your dexterity terrible. But two, these are not rated high enough to save you from a CRT accident. CRT voltage is much higher than these dumb rubber gloves are rated for. So I don't know if I'm going to use them. I don't think I'm going to. But I did order some alligator clips, and I have a big, beefy flathead screwdriver. So I'm making my own capacitance. What is it? Discharge. I'm making my own discharge tool. So I bought these. I'm only gonna need one. These are like alligator clips on both ends, but I'll probably cut one end off. And use so one end gets grounded to the case somewhere, or the CRT somewhere. I've got this metal. I took it apart already and just. What's interesting, if you've seen any of Steve's videos about the like PVMs or BVMs, they don't have. As soon as you take the plastic off, you're pretty much exposed to the CRT. Whereas this PC CRT, I don't know if it's like extra shielding, but there's a lot more metal. So like you take the shell off, and then you can't even get to the board or the tube or anything yet. You still have to take another layer of metal off. So I just kind of like took the metal off to look at it for a second, and then I put it back on just to protect it a little bit. So that's where it's kind of disassembled already. So I've got to build this. Just use jumper cables. I guess that's a good idea actually, because they're a lot more substantial. But I think this will be fine. So one end it'll clip onto something that is grounded in the CRT, and on the other end I'm going to cut it off and strip this, because this is 14 gauge wire, and then I'm going to electrical tape it around maybe if you guys want me to do this, maybe I'll save it to do on a stream. I don't know how I'm going to stream in my basement. I might have to bring my computer down temporarily or something. But maybe, my goal is I need to make a cap kit. So I need to de-energize it, take it apart, de-energize it, and then get the boards apart, and then read the capacitor, what capacitors are on it, and then order a whole set of capacitors. And just generally clean it, because it's never been cleaned, and it's probably disgusting. It was in my parents' basement, but not in a temperature controlled environment. They were outside, kind of underneath their porch, which has some holes to the outside. So it's been hot and cold in the summer and stuff, and it worked. It powered on, but I wanna do it. So does someone offer a No, definitely not. Does someone offer a cap kit for what? Death Factor? I'm not sure. Show us your discharge tool. Yeah, you don't need those. Yeah, I'm gonna return. Okay, I'm just getting to the comments now. No. There's this. It's too obscure. It's a Nokia brand, but it's a Hitachi tube. Not super high quality or anything. It's pretty much a consumer grade CRT. Don't need to wrap it to a screwdriver. Just clamp on it. The problem is I have for the screwdriver I want to use, these don't open wide enough. So I'm okay with ruining this. These are pretty cheap. I mean, they're pretty high quality, but maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. Service manual the service manual for that monitor was sad. I couldn't even find the exact model that was mine, so I found one that was similar, and it was like, and actually there's warnings on, like, I took the actual plastic housing off, and then on the metal shielding that's over top of it, it basically says, do not open, no user serviceable parts inside. I mean, I guess they probably should tell you that no matter what, even if it is like a BVM or a PVM. That was the expectation, was that they were going to be maintained over time. But I just thought that was funny. I was just like, don't open this, you idiot. It's a Nokia 447. I'll put it in the chat. It's a Nokia 447ZA or something like that. I could use a smaller screwdriver, but I think the objective of a big screwdriver is so that it's blunter. You're not gonna scratch any of the paint off the CRT. So don't need to destroy an alligator clip. I mean, I bought these alligator clips specifically for. It's like the argument, like, I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna get into something about why beef only exists, like people that don't like cows getting killed. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just trying to make a point. If you think about it, cows only exist because we eat them, pretty much. Because cows were like, I don't know. We through agriculture, we kind of cultivated them. So it's kind of different than like if we're hunting wild animals, So like cows would only exist if because we eat them. You know what I mean? I don't really think they were ever pets. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But this alligator clip thing wouldn't exist if I didn't buy it to make a tool out of it. So I really don't mind, But yeah. So I'm that's something that I wanted. So that's like a multi-day, definitely a lot of days worth of streaming to do it. And so I think the main goal for the first stream, if I ever end up doing that, or when I end up doing that, is just to discharge it and to take it apart. Because even then, I was looking at. I don't understand how it's meant to be tipped over. I don't think it is meant to be tipped over. So right now, it's actually up on the tube, so tube down on a pillow on a little tiny table, so it can kind of like live there for a while. But after you take the plastic monitor housing off, and then you take the metal shielding off, there's no like bottom anymore. Like if I don't know, like if this bag was the CRT, and like let's say this end is the tube, so tube down, and this is this is what was the bottom of it. Like if I ever wanted to put it down again to like take the front plastic housing off, because it needs to be retrobrighted because it's faded as heck, the front bezel. But like there's like no support on the bottom edge here, so I don't know how I can put it down like I see like Steve do with the PVMs and BVMs. Now I think PVMs are designed to be done that way, right? So you're kind of like sliding this whole housing off of it. You're not necessarily tipping it up on the tube. So it's not really the same. And I don't know if it obviously was not designed to be flipped up and turned on at the same time, if that makes sense. So I don't really know what adjustments that can be done. I just want to have the experience of replacing capacitors in a CRT and, just brushing the dirt off it and stuff. Hopefully that'll fix it. But maybe and hopefully that's what the crackling issue is from. Link to the schematic. I don't see links. Did it get, did YouTube Ninja it? I did the convergence rings once. Yeah, I'm not, even if I own a BVM or PVM or something like that, that it's worth spending money, like I would spend money and have Steve do it probably. I wouldn't, I don't know if I would. Well, PVMs and BVMs actually look more serviceable than what I've got. So I think it's going to just end at caps if I can get it all apart. It doesn't really look... I wish I had it open and apart. It doesn't really look like a BVM. It's not really meant to be taken apart, I guess. So... get an arcade cab, you can get the experience in spades. Yeah, might be. I mean, that would be sweet if I found like an old, what are those called? The, not the candy cabs, but the ones that are the Astro City. Those ones are cool. Ryan Hebron, I don't know if you posted a link or anything because I don't see anything. It might have gotten nuked by YouTube bot or something. So, anyways, that's a thing, and I'm pretty sure that some of you might be curious about that, and I guess I would be okay to stream it in case you guys wanted to see my dad. Is that against TOS? Like, you got caught streaming and then died doing something stupid. But I'm trying to keep as much precaution as I can. I've been researching, watching Steve's videos. He's got some old... Actually, he has a new live stream where he kind of rewatches his old video and like comments on it. That's why I knew about the gloves not really protecting you, because the voltage is even higher than that. And he still uses the tool that he built in a video. He used a piece of electrical, like extension cord, or it must have been an old PVM or BVM cable, power cable or some kind of cable. So he uses that, like a length of that, and then just uses one of the wires inside of that, and then he put a alligator clip on one end, and then he electrical taped the other end to the thing. So check the Internet Archive for service manual. I found, is there a legit service manual? Because I found one that was, it keeps nuking your comment. Okay. Oh yeah, the Astro City cabs are expensive. Yeah, I bet. Honestly, I don't know if I care that much. I would like a Vuelix. That's like the new style. Those metal ones that kind of have a LCD, flat screen TV on the top. So, but I know they have Chulix, was like the Chinese knockoff one. So like that's what I would get, I think, if I was going to do anything like that. But I don't have space. I barely have space for what I've got already. So yours uses speaker wire. Oh yeah, okay. So it's about the same. Let's just check Internet Archive quickly. Internet Archive. I've been using the Internet Archive a lot for finding, well, I guess somebody can, it's piracy, I suppose. I've been looking for like Windows XP disks and stuff. Like, what a nightmare. Like, going back in time, it's like when you used to have to deal with drivers and things, and yeah. Okay, let's see. Nokia. Oh no, not the Wayback Machine. Internet Archive. Nokia 447ZA, I think. Yeah, so this is the ZA Plus, so it's not exactly the same thing. This is the manual that I found. Can you look at it here? Oh, hey, you can. Look at that. 2-page view. 1-page view. 2-page. Whoa. Okay, so it doesn't really help you with this assembly either. It's like, yeah, here are where the clips are, which were way more difficult to, like, I had to really like jab a thing in there to get the clips off to get the housing part. But like after that, I guess that's all you need to know for this assembly. Is just the clips. It tells you a lot about servicing it, which I suppose makes a lot of sense if you're gonna go through the service menu and actually tune your TV. But and they have this flow diagram is cool. Like, it tells you the order to do different things. Is there a built-in test pattern? That's interesting. What does this mean? Select NCE crosshatch test pattern. Interesting. Maybe there's like built-in test patterns. That'd be cool. What's the difference between a ZA? It looks different, and actually it's older. The ZA Plus is older or something like that, or maybe mine's older. I don't know. They look a little bit different. Mine has more buttons in the front. He tore down an iMac G3 once. Really sucks. Lots of clips and brittle plastic. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. The snake thing, Kevin. It has snake. That's funny. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at the these must be this examples of different things that you can tweak. But there's not that much about there's a lot about actually servicing it, which is nice, but there isn't a lot about disassembly and like proper, nothing with cap replacements. Some cool diagrams though. Spare parts. Oh, okay. I didn't get this far. See, the front buttons look different on mine. There's more of them. I guess this kind of is like a exploded view of everything, which is kind of nice. This shows you how you would take the front off, but like even in this image, it shows it on its side, but like I don't think I could do that unless I held it. So like if it was discharged and everything was off and like I took everything apart already, I guess I would feel fine, like putting it on a pillow or something, resting the neck of the tube on something, but to take the front off, because it needs to be retrobrited or something maybe in the future. Oh, here we go. Here's the shield that I was talking about. This was, but then there's like, this is in? I guess this is kind of good info. Because I see this part, like once this is off, the big PCB is actually under this other piece here. But it's just in a weird spot where, I don't know. Oh, here's the, these are just spare parts. I guess it's nice to know that there's these exploded diagrams. I didn't know that these are in there, but I don't see anything with caps. Are there? Let's keep going. Oh, okay. Well, there's they're schematics. So if I took the board out, I could it would be, well, actually this is the schematic for the wrong board. I could probably try to cross-reference it. I'm not sure if the PCB, the main, there's a huge PCB. It looks bigger. It's bigger than a PC motherboard on the bottom of it. So I'd have to, once I discharge it and everything, I'd start taking it apart. I can see if they match up with this, because then I could just, well, I could just freaking look at the caps and read them that way. But these at least have some values. Oh, they kind of tell you over here as well the rating and what type to use on the left side here. So that's kind of interesting. And that is depending on the symbol. Holy crap. Okay, so every one of these C114, depending on the symbol over here, tells you what type of cap and the voltage rating. Interesting. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I wish I just had one of these for my actual deflection processor. Oh, are these more parts broken out? Or are these just like, this is like all the parts broken out? Chip res. What I would like to do, it would be cool if Steve, if I could, like, I don't know, I'd have to like pay off Steve or something to come and hang out on one of the streams, and like, because I was watching one of his live streams and he mentioned that he would be interested in doing like a master class, or like inviting people. I don't know if he meant like to his house, or like he would have like a LAN party event type thing and have people bring their own CRTs and their own tools, and then he would help them kind of step by step. I think that'd be cool, but a lot of effort to bring all the tools and all the CRTs and stuff. But for the right people like me, I would love that. I would love to have his guidance. I mean, on paper, it doesn't really seem that difficult. You de-energize it and then take it apart and then make a cap map and then order them and then replace them. But I think when you replace the caps, that probably is going to, it might throw off some of the values, throw off some of the service manual stuff. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. It might make it worse. It might make it unusable. These little sideboards or something. Okay, well, this is for the other monitor, so I have to really wait until I can de-energize it and take everything apart, and then look at it then. He wouldn't charge you for that. I respect his time. But yeah, that's fun. I think it would be cool. Belmont sent you. Okay, got it. Yeah. No, he seems like a real cool dude. I've met him a couple times. It's just like, I don't know. I understand that he, I don't want to cut in line or like take up his time or whatever, but I think it'd be cool. Like, there's not that much content on PC CRTs. There's a surprising amount of taking CRTs apart, like stuff on YouTube. Like, if you're going to recycle it, like take the wiring and stuff out of it, and like how to break the CRT properly. This guy had like this, maybe not properly, but he discharged the CRT, but then he broke the tube open too, so that the CRT was not under vacuum. And he had this like long stick thing. He like stood way back and he had this long stick with a vacuum on it so that it would try to vacuum some of the, I don't know, just crazy. Like, I mean, it has to get done. I'm not laughing at the fact that some people have to recycled CRTs, but it's just maybe don't make it a YouTube video. I don't know. So, all right, that's pretty much it. I'm done. I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. I will try to. I guess we'll wait and we'll do the rest of the. I have a wedding to go to on Saturday, and then I've got another Thanksgiving to go to on Sunday. But I should be still able to stream. I don't know if I'm going to do this because I'm not sure if I'm going to know. Zaxour was kind of helping me out. We have to look for where those audio pins, the rest of the audio signals are coming from, and then it's sort of like doing the triple bypass, where you desolder the caps around the audio chip that correspond to the different signals, and then you run a wire to the pad. So I still have to locate those and like do continuity between the chip where they're being generated and then where they're at, like the capacitor where they're terminated or whatever. So that's going to take some effort. And then I still don't know. I'm not a super electrical engineering guy, so I also don't really know where to get 5 volts for the other side. You're supposed to be able to pull 5 volts from somewhere, and I don't know where. So thanks, Belmont. All right, everybody. See you later. Or maybe we'll take a divergence and we'll do some retro PC stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Thanks, everybody.